All the rookie quarterbacks you've talked about so far, you said week one, they are the starter.
Yes.
We will not say that about our next
This
quarterback.
guy's on the bench.
Who, because of his place in this list, you think if he were to start year one, he would give your team a better chance to win than the guys we've talked about so far. Number 27 for you.
Michael Penix Jr. Yes, the controversial 8th pick of the draft, the lefty. Yeah, I got love for you, lefty. That's right. Yep, heart. Right. Yeah, I can do the heart too. What up?
Yeah, there we go.
What up?
Lefty to lefty.
So, I mean, again, I had Penix, McCarthy, right, and Nix in the same tier, and I liked all of them, right? It was a weird year. I liked all these damn quarterbacks.
Except for one.
Well, except for one, right. Now, with Penix, I had him 5th or 4th, excuse me.
Yep.
And I mean, none of it was because of his throwing or anything like that, right? A little bit more of like movement in the pocket. I wish was a little bit better, right? The frailness of his body bothered me in that Michigan game a little bit, right? There's a part of me too of, hey, they were on a good team and it was so open and all that, and the game never got gritty and ugly, and I guess maybe I held that against them a little bit, and I don't know if I'm even right in that department. That damn part of the rankings was hard, right? I knew Caleb and Jaden were 1-2, but man, that next group was hard. But what I will say is, as far as playing in the NFL right now, playing in the pocket and throwing NFL type of throws, Michael Penix is ready right now, this second, right? I don't have any doubt about that. All the things we talked about, we would have liked to have seen this more with J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix. It's like, no, we saw it with Penix. He stood in the pocket and made big throws down the football field. And because of that, he's very used and seasoned to reading the field, right? Hanging in there, making throws, right? And making a variety of throws. And that to me is kind of when I went back and watched and did the list, I was like, man, we're all on the same team. We all got the same offense, right? Penix can survive just like, just keep the tight end in and we'll block and we'll send people down the field and he's going to make a great throw and the right read off of that. And I kind of gave him a little bit of an advantage of that as far as right now today in the NFL, or week 3 or 4 as I kind of put it, he's ready in that department more than some of the other guys we just talked about.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how, of course, that whole thing goes. He is, to go back to age, 24. He turned 24 earlier this month. He is 1 day older than Trey Lance.
It's crazy.
So how about that? So that speaks to your point again here.
Trey Lance, he's young. You got all this time to mold him. You guys, they fixed him. 49ers and Cowboys have fixed him.
Yeah.
He's ready to take over the league. Look at, because he was young and they can mold him. Get out of here.
So Michael Penix. So Terry Fontenot has been talking afterwards. He goes, when you can add a high caliber player like that with his intangibles, those tools, you don't pass up that opportunity. Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. We're very excited about Kirk. Very excited about this team. And Michael Penix is we're talking about the future. So that's very clear. They've done a couple of things here. Spent $180 million on one quarterback and signed another one or drafted another one in the top 8. Is this going to be a Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith situation? I look back too, and it was like Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. Drew Brees was there 2 years, so they're all a little different because Drew Brees was in the last year of his contract. They franchise tagged him after that, but worked out really well for Phillip Rivers, and obviously sitting a year worked out really well for Patrick Mahomes. So I know we don't want to relitigate the whole was it smart, not all that.
Yeah, we know it wasn't smart.
But now that it's done,
right.
Could this work out very, very well for Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons eventually?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, Big Phil and I talked about this on Monday. Like, their interest is to make it work here, and it's he's not going to sit too long. And I think Big Phil put it the right way. Like, he's kind of on 1 year. And then draft a guy at number 8 with a rocket launcher left arm and go, well, let's let him sit a few more years here. Right, so I do think here would be the first thing I would say. Like, as far as the Mahomes to Alex Smith thing, Kirk Cousins is better than Alex Smith. So that's not as easy of a, like, let's just pull him off the field and do that, right? Of course, there's the money and what they got invested into him right now. I think, like, Kirk Cousins has a long leash this year. I do. I think that's a long leash. I don't think it's going to take disaster, I think, for them to bench him, right? Whether that's injury or on-field play disaster. Right, they're going to ride with this year. If they don't, and they just pull him, right, here's the politics of football a little bit, you're going to have people like me clowning you. Clowning you.
Yeah.
They know that. Everybody. Why the did you sign Kirk Cousins if you're putting Michael Penix in week 7? Why? They don't want to have to answer that question. They're going to give him a leash that's connected to another leash that's connected to a 100-yard rope, okay? So he's got a long leash this year, I think. Michael Penix, nonetheless, is still made for the NFL, pocket passing, throwing the ball down the field this second. Now, there's weaknesses to Michael Penix's game. Yeah, he's not the greatest scrambler, right? I do worry about if he gets a little thin and gets beat up, does his body, can it handle it? He doesn't do like a lot of bootlegs and stuff like that, right? So that'd be a part of the offense. You go, that's not really available to him all the way. He doesn't do that a ton, okay? His movement in the pocket is better than people gave it credit for, but it's still not up with Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, or Caleb Williams, right? It's not in that department, let alone here's another reason why, in the overall ranking of things for the quarterback, the draft, right? And then he needs a little space to throw the football, right? So you're going to play with him you want to play in the shotgun and keep people in and block and let him feel comfortable so he can unleash that right arm and make some big throws down the football field. The quick passing game is not necessarily his strength. You don't see that a lot at Washington. The throws that we talked about with Bo Nix and all of that are like that he's so good at. That is not an area that Michael Penix thrived in, right? And there's something to that. I mean, again, there's value in being in 2nd and 4 as compared to, wait, we can't even call that play because he's not that good at it, so we're going to try to throw the ball down the field because that's what he's good at, and now we're in 2nd and 10, right? So, those are some of the negatives of Michael Penix. But, man, sitting in the pocket, throwing the ball down the field and making reads like that, that's where I gave him a little advantage over the rest of the guys. And, yeah, if he was playing quarterback for my team like we are doing here, I'd probably be a little more apt to, hey, let's keep a guy in the block here. Let's let him feel comfortable and let him unleash that left arm.
You have fewer concerns about him than the other quarterbacks we've talked about year number 1 in the NFL.
Right.
You think the ceiling perhaps on all of those guys, J.J. McCarthy might be close for you, but you think the ceiling on the guys we've talked about already is probably maybe a little bit higher than Michael Penix.
Yeah,
maybe it's not ceiling,
close,
it's just certainty with, because I go back to that Michigan game, right? It was like the Texas game was so easy for him,
yes,
and he looked so good, and not that it was easy. They just looked awesome in that game.
Yeah.
But then Michigan's got that defense, they got the defensive front, they put some pressure on him, really did make him look a little rattled. That would be the concern.
I think they're saying it right. You're right. Ugly game, gritty game, right? All of that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. People around me, I got to get, my release is a little longer than the rest of these guys.
Now, we did just see in that last graphic with Jaden Daniels that Michael Penix was on the reverse side, that he did not. He was able to avoid. Those pressures did not turn into sacks against Michael Penix. So
yeah, well, they had a great offensive line, right? And he's one that wasn't looking to, wait, I can break this tackle and make something happen with my legs like some of the other guys on that list. I think it was a little bit more like, hey, I'm protected, I'm letting it go. Oh, shit, I'm getting pressure. Rome Odunze's down there. Let me just throw it in a spot where maybe he can get it and do it. And he kind of plays along those lines.
And you wonder, too, for a guy that has had the injury history that he has, of course you're going to want to protect your body a little bit more. And maybe rightfully so, right? You're not going to take those hits, or you're going to do everything you can to
stay healthy.
Avoid that contact and stay healthy.
Right.
Did we see the video of Michael Penix at OTAs? I think good.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
He had kind of a swag walk right there.
Oh, he's got swag that oozes off him.
Okay, good throw here. That's a first
down.
Good
throw. That was a really damn good throw.
Okay, here we go.
This is okay, but I've seen that one there. Let me see that first one again, if you don't mind, Pete.
I want to see
that
the swag,
little in cut
Can
to
we see
left.
the swag when he walks in?
Yep.
I think that was kind of cool.
He walks out like,
he's pointing to people.
But this, right here, boom. Phew.
Right over there.
Yeah, that was a nice throw right there.
Nickel guy or whatever.
Real nice throw.
Cool.
Yep. I'm excited to see Michael Penix. And like I said, they are going to, I think, have to manage Michael Penix in the preseason.
Oh.
The opposite management.
You don't want him to light it up.
Reverse management. Exactly.
He could go out there and light it up.
They're going to be like, we can't call this play because this might go 80 for a touchdown, and it's going to cause a problem. Let's call the slant play again. Let's toss it to the running back. Let's just toss it. Definitely. They're going to have to be careful about how good he looks in the preseason, I think, because If he goes out there and lights it up in the preseason and Kirk Cousins is on a pitch count and they're trying to save him, you know what the talk's going to be there. I mean, it's going to start up. They're not going to avoid this talk no matter what. They're definitely not going to avoid it if he tears up the preseason and, Kirk Cousins is only taking a few reps here and there.
And if he does tear it up, guess who's sending multiple first-round picks over to the Atlanta Falcons for Kirk Cousins? Your Las Vegas Raiders, the new home of Kirk Cousins.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for watching, homies. You know it's the off-season, but there's no off-season with Chris Sims Unbuttoned. It's the NFL. It goes all year around, all right? So hit subscribe, please, to hear my thoughts on your favorite team, your favorite quarterback, and, hey, how this season might unfold as we get ready for the 2024 season. We got a better picture, clearer look now that the draft is over, free agency. We know who's playing quarterback for certain teams. So, again, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. Check you out soon.